Welcome, my friend. Today, I invite you on a journey where we are not only going to practice English listening, but we are also going to unlock the hidden ability of your brain to learn faster, remember more deeply, and grow more confident with every word you hear. The human brain is like a muscle, and just as you train your body through exercise, you can also train your mind through listening and repetition. Many people make the mistake of thinking that learning English is just about memorizing grammar rules or repeating vocabulary lists. But in reality, language learning is about rhythm, sound, emotion, and the connection between what you hear and how your brain absorbs it. Today, you will not only hear English, you will feel it, you will breathe it, and you will allow your brain to slowly but surely adapt to the flow of this beautiful language. The more relaxed you are, the faster you will learn. So take a deep breath and prepare to train your brain to learn fast. Before we begin, let me remind you, learning English is not just about intelligence. It is about habit, patience, and consistency. Many learners become discouraged when they do not see results quickly. They compare themselves to others and believe something is wrong with them. But nothing is wrong with you. Your brain learns in cycles, and every time you listen, you are feeding your subconscious with seeds that will eventually grow into fluency. Think about a child. A child listens to thousands of words long before speaking their first clear sentence. That is the natural way. And you too, no matter your age, can follow this path by listening more and letting your brain adapt naturally. In this lesson, we will use repetition, rhythm, and reflection to train your brain to learn fast. Stay focused. And if this message reaches you at the right time, type 1111 in the comments for divine blessings and motivation. Your journey has already begun. Now, let's talk about the importance of listening. When you listen actively, you are doing much more than hearing words. You are tuning your mind to new sounds, new accents, and new ways of expressing thought. Listening sharpens your memory, expands your vocabulary without effort, and helps you notice patterns in grammar naturally. Imagine listening to a song over and over. Even if you never studied the lyrics, sooner or later, the words stay in your head. This is how your brain loves to learn, through rhythm, melody, and repetition. That is why English listening practice is one of the fastest ways to improve. Every time you train your ears, you are training your brain to pick up meaning without translation. The goal is not just to understand words, but to think in English, to feel English directly. And trust me, with consistency, this shift will happen. As we begin, I want you to sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you can, and simply allow my voice to guide you. This is not just a lesson, it is a brain training exercise. Imagine that your brain is a sponge, ready to absorb everything it touches. The more relaxed you are, the more open your mind becomes, and the easier it is to learn. Stress blocks learning, doubt blocks learning, but relaxation opens the door. If you catch yourself worrying about mistakes, let it go. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present. This is the mindset that will accelerate your journey. Today, through repetition and immersion, your brain will start connecting English sounds with meaning directly, without your native language getting in the way. Trust this process because your mind is far more powerful than you realize. The human brain loves patterns. In fact, your memory becomes stronger every time it recognizes a repeated rhythm or structure. Think about how you remember a phone number or a song lyric. You don't memorize each number or word individually. You remember the flow, the pattern, the beat. This is why English listening is powerful. The more you hear sentences in their natural rhythm, the easier it becomes to predict the next word and understand meaning without effort. This is called chunking. Instead of memorizing single words, your brain stores whole phrases. For example, instead of learning how and are and you separately, your brain memorizes the phrase, "How are you?" as one unit. This speeds up both listening and speaking. So when you train your brain, you must listen to whole ideas, not just isolated words. Another secret to training your brain is spaced repetition. Have you noticed how sometimes you forget a word, but when you hear it again later, you remember it more easily? That's not failure. It's how memory works. Every time you revisit something after a short break, your brain strengthens the connection. So, if you want to learn English fast, do not try to force everything into one long session. Instead, listen a little every day, repeat phrases, take short breaks, and return again. This repeated cycle trains your memory naturally. Just as a runner builds stamina by running a little every day, you build fluency by listening daily. The key is not time, but consistency. Visualization is also a powerful brain training tool. When you hear new words, do not just listen passively, create images in your mind. If you hear the word apple, see a red apple in your imagination. If you hear sunrise, picture the golden sun climbing over the horizon. Your brain remembers pictures much faster than words, and when you combine sound with image, memory becomes effortless. This is why listening with imagination is one of the fastest ways to learn. Even advanced learners use this trick. When you listen to a story or a conversation, visualize the scene as if you were there. The more senses you involve, the faster you learn. Now let's speak about emotional connection. The brain remembers what moves the heart. If you listen to English without emotion, it will feel mechanical, like a school exercise. But if you connect emotionally, if the story makes you laugh, feel curious, or even cry, you will remember it for life. That is why children's shows, songs, and stories are so effective in teaching language. They are full of emotion and imagination. So, when you listen today, do not focus only on words. Ask yourself, how does this make me feel? What pictures come to my mind? The more emotionally engaged you are, the faster your brain will absorb English naturally. Repetition is not boring, it is brain training. Every time you hear a phrase again, your mind becomes faster at recognizing it. At first, you may feel slow, but over time, your reactions will speed up. This is the same process athletes use to master skills. They repeat movements until they become automatic. You too can reach a point where English feels automatic, where words come out without hesitation. That is the true goal. Not to think about English, but to live in English. And this will only happen if you listen again and again, without impatience, without judgment, but with trust in the process. Let us practice together. Listen carefully. I believe I can learn fast. I believe my brain is strong. I believe my ears are open, and I believe my heart is ready. Now, repeat it slowly in your mind. Say it out loud if you can. Feel the words, not just as sounds, but as affirmations of your power to learn. Every time you repeat such sentences, you are training not just your English, but your mindset. And mindset is the foundation of speed. If you believe you cannot learn, your brain will block. But if you believe you are capable, your brain will cooperate fully. Now, let's enter the practice section. I will speak simple sentences slowly, and I want you to repeat them in your mind. Do not translate. Just listen, imagine, and feel. Ready? Here we go. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The air is fresh. I am alive. Listen again. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The air is fresh. I am alive. Did you notice the rhythm? The sentences are short, clear, and connected with positive images. This is how your brain learns best, through short bursts of meaningful input. Now, Let us make it a little more challenging. Listen carefully. Every day I train my brain. Every day I grow stronger. Every day I hear new words and they become a part of me. Repeat in your mind. Can you feel the rhythm? These sentences are slightly longer, but they still carry a flow. That flow is what your brain remembers. Keep practicing this style, and soon you will find yourself speaking naturally without effort. Remember, your brain loves music, and language is music. For the next exercise, I will tell you a short story. Close your eyes if you can. One morning, I woke up early. The sky was quiet, and the world was peaceful. I made a cup of tea and listened to the sound of birds. I thought to myself, today is a good day to learn. Today my brain will grow. Today my English will become stronger. Did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you feel it? That is listening practice. It is not about difficult vocabulary. It is about connecting sound, image, and feeling. Let's go deeper. Learning English is like planting a garden. At first, you see only the soil. You water it, but nothing appears. Still, you keep watering. Day after day, you trust the process. Then one morning, you notice a small green sprout. With time, that sprout becomes a tree, and soon it gives you fruit. Learning is the same. You may not see results at first, but with patience and listening, your brain will grow. Did you picture the garden? That picture is now part of your memory. That is the power of listening with imagination. Now let's mix listening with questions. I will ask, and you just think of the answer in English. Ready? What color is the sky? What sound do birds make? What drink do you like in the morning? Did you answer in your mind? That is your brain beginning to think in English. No translation, just direct connection. This is the next level of brain training, moving from passive listening to active thought. Now, let us build longer stories for deeper brain training. Listen closely. Yesterday, I walked to the park. The sun was warm and children were playing on the grass. I heard laughter, I saw families enjoying food, and I felt peaceful. As I walked, I listened to the sound of leaves moving in the wind. I said to myself, I am happy, I am learning, I am alive. Did you notice how this short story uses simple English, but still paints a full picture? This is how you should practice listening every day. Short, simple stories that connect to your senses. The more you visualize, the more you remember. Try to repeat the story in your mind in English, not in your native language. Even if you only remember fragments, that is enough. Each time you repeat, you will remember more. And every time you remember more, your brain is training itself to think directly in English without translation. Confidence is a key part of listening practice. Many learners block themselves because they think, I don't understand everything, so I am failing. But the truth is, you do not need to understand every single word. Even native speakers don't understand every word in every conversation. What matters is the message, the feeling, the rhythm. Your brain will naturally fill in the gaps over time. Trust the process. Confidence is built not by perfection, but by progress. So every time you listen and understand even a little, celebrate it. Say to yourself, I am improving. My brain is growing stronger. My listening is sharper. This self-talk is not just motivation, it is brain programming. The more you affirm your progress, the more your subconscious accepts it. And when your subconscious accepts it, learning becomes automatic. Remember, your brain is listening not only to English words, but also to your inner words. Feed it with positivity, and you will accelerate your growth. Now let's combine listening with reflection. Listen to this. Every mistake I make is a lesson. Every word I hear is a seed. Every day I practice, my brain becomes faster. I am not in competition with anyone. I am walking my own path. My progress is real, even if it is invisible today. I trust the process. I enjoy the journey. Did you feel the calm power in those sentences? That is reflection. Listening practice should not feel like a burden. It should feel like meditation. It is not about rushing to finish a book or memorize hundreds of words in one day. It is about enjoying the sound, connecting with the meaning, and allowing your brain to process naturally. When you listen with reflection, you are not just learning English, you are also training your mind to be patient, peaceful, and confident. This is the foundation of true learning. Now, let us review everything we practiced. We began with simple sentences. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. Then we moved to affirmations. I believe I can learn fast. Next, we listened to short stories about mornings, gardens, and peaceful walks. Finally, we reflected with deeper thoughts about mistakes, lessons, and growth. Each of these steps trains your brain in different ways. Short sentences sharpen your ear. Affirmations build confidence. Stories improve memory, and reflection creates emotional connection. Together, they form a complete training method. The key is repetition. Do not listen just once. Listen again tomorrow. Listen again next week. Let the words become part of your subconscious. Over time, you will not only understand more, you will also begin to speak naturally without forcing yourself. This is how you train your brain to learn English fast. As we close, I want you to listen to one final affirmation. I am a learner. I am a listener. I am a thinker. I am becoming fluent. My brain is powerful. My heart is strong. I am not afraid of mistakes. I trust the journey and I enjoy the process. Repeat these words silently or out loud. Feel them as truth. Every time you listen to lessons like this, your brain is rewiring itself. Do not give up. Do not compare yourself to others. Stay consistent, stay positive, and stay connected. If this practice has reached you at the perfect moment, type 11 to 11 in the comments to receive divine blessings for your learning journey. And remember to subscribe, because this is just the beginning. Together, we will train your brain, sharpen your listening, and unlock your fluency in English step by step. You are not just learning a language, you are becoming a new version of yourself.